Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Mavandan everyone. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to you all. 1 second. Apologies for that. Thank you so much for joining today, and happy Teachers' Day today. So great deep gratitude to all our beloved teachers, all our gurus, deep gratitude, and thank you to all our divine masters too. So today, 1 second. Apologies for that. Today we're going to carry on with the chapter we did yesterday, which is chapter 19, But if it's okay, Monikaji, I'd like to just do something slightly different today, if that's okay. Based on the chapter yesterday, it got me thinking, and one of the key takings that I took was our body is a talking, walking temple. And on that note, it reminded me of when I attended a gatha of Pujya Sri Ramesh Pai. He sang a few lines which really actually envelopes this thinking. So if that's okay, Monikaji, I'd just like to convey those few lines first before we dig into the chapter, if that's okay. So the words were, Prema jab ananta ho gaya, to roma roma santa ho gaya. Prema jab ananta ho gaya, to roma roma santa ho gaya. देवालय हो गया बदन, देवालय हो गया बदन, हृदय तो महंत हो गया, हृदय तो महंत हो गया. प्रेम जब अनंत हो गया, तो रोम रोम संत हो गया. देवालय हो गया बदन, देवालय हो गया बदन, हृदय तो महंत हो गया, हृदय तो महंत हो गया. Jai Sri Krishna. So those few lines translated is Prema jab ananta ho gaya, meaning when your love is truly eternal, anant, everlasting. Prema jab ananta ho gaya, to roma roma santa ho gaya. So your every single pore becomes divine like a saint. Santa ho gaya. Roma roma. Devalay ho gaya badan. So Devalay is like a temple and badan is your body. So your body has transformed into a temple. If you can encompass this love and unity and divinity within all, then you can become this walking, talking temple. So I thought that fitted perfectly for what we understood yesterday. And that brought me memories of going to Ramesh Bhai's Gatha in the Bhagavad Gita. He was discussing a chapter and brought in these few sentences that stuck to me ever since. It was many, many years ago, but I thought that was just amazing. So thank you so much for hearing me out. Okay, so we'll carry on that note, that we are a walking, talking temple. So we started chapter 19, which is called Drop the Mask That Grins and Lies. And we've reached page 188. So let's see where we got up to. I'm just going to go backtrack a few chapters. So, a seeker should remember that whatever we see and hear leaves an impression on our subconscious mind, and this can sprout out at any time without announcing itself. Your intellect may forget what you hear, but all that information gets stored in your subconscious mind. All the impressions get stored in the storehouse of the subconscious mind, and these will emerge when you sit for meditation. All the thoughts and emotions in relation to the stored information will emerge and then keep on getting distracted by them, whereas you were supposed to sit in meditation. It never occurs to you that you yourself have put all thoughts that arise in your mind. Remember this, whatsoever lies in your mind, you yourself have put it there. In meditation, the layers of your mind, including your subconscious mind, start to unfold, and you get disturbed on seeing all that emerges out. You deludedly think that you only listen to good stuff. You think, I am a good person. I never speak ill of others, and neither do I hear ill of others. I am not an angry person. It is others who make me angry. My dear, are you such a fool that others instigate and you become angry? Are you a human or a robot that runs on remote control? Someone presses one button and you become angry. Some other person presses another button and you become sad. Are you a human being or a toy? Sing the glory of the Lord. Listen to the glory of the Lord. This does not mean that listen to satsang only, but be extremely careful on what all input you allow in your mind. Be vigilant and watch what you listen, what you talk. Keep well away from indulging in any mudslinging, any disparagement of others. Do not speak or hear any ill of others. You cannot be a seeker if you get pleasure from all these deplorable activities. A man is identified by the company he keeps. The people we spend most of our time with, they exert a big influence on our mind. Hence, if you have to keep a company, then be with virtuous, truthful people. Otherwise, the consequences will hang on your head like a dangling sword. Have you seen an eagle? The eagle flies high in the sky, but its gaze is fixed on the earth, ever watchful of its prey. Once it sees its prey, it plunges down, forgetting all about the height it was flying, and gets involved in catching the prey. Ramakrishna Paramhans used to say, although the eagle appears to be flying at such lofty heights, but is in fact as low as the animal that crawls on the ground. In some aspects, you are not unlike the eagle. Ignorant people immersed in their own impurities are like the eagle in a way. No matter how much they listen to lofty words of knowledge, how much meditation they do, their sight is still focused on the crude pursuit of the world, just like everyone else. Then what is the use of the heard knowledge? How will your life get transformed? How will you progress on the spiritual path? That is why I say that it is not enough to merely come to the Guru, to listen to the Guru's words. The actual work has to be done by you. When you return home, when you live your life in equanimity. I recollect a story from the life of Buddha. A prince had recently become his disciple. He came with dispassion in his heart, eager to become Buddha's disciple. And as was the custom then, the disciple's head was shorn off, all hair, and he was given yellow robes to wear and a bowl to seek alms. The disciple would perform all the practices given by Buddha, stay in silence, and be in Buddha's company. One day, Buddha asked him to go to a particular lady's house and seek alms from her. So the next day the disciple went to the said lady's house to seek alms. This was how the disciples ate, by begging for alms, and they did not have the permission to light fire and cook for themselves. It was a hot summer day, and the disciple was feeling the oppressive heat. More so, as all his life he had been used to the luxurious lifestyle of a prince, and here he was, walking in the scorching heat, begging for food. While walking, he was thinking, the heat is unbearable. Oh, what a relief it would be if the lady allows me to sit on a shade and eat food in her house. Dear sir, it will please me a great deal if you were to rest in my home and have your food here itself. The disciple readily agreed. As he was eating his food, he had another thought. If only the lady asked me to lie down for a while after having my food, it would be so relaxing. No sooner had he finished his meal, the lady said, Dear sir, it is still quite hot outside. If it is no trouble, please lie down and take rest. Once evening befalls, it will be cool, and then you can leave. Needless to say, the disciple promptly took her offer and lay down comfortably, returning to Buddha in the evening. The next day, he had to go to the same house, as per Buddha's instructions. He was to go the same house for 7 days. On his way, he was thinking, the kind lady served me so well yesterday, but won't it be nice if she served me some rice and cool curd today? As it happened, that is exactly what the lady served him: rice and curd. He happily ate the food, rested, and returned in the evening. On the third day, the disciple's mind was thinking, "My mother used to make such tasty curry. Since I've become a disciple, I haven't had any." As per the custom with Buddha, his disciples could never ask for anything specific. They had to accept anything they received in alms without making any particular requests. To his intense astonishment, as soon as he reached the lady's house, the food that she served him had that very curry in it. The disciple was taken aback. He was overcome by fear. Could the lady actually read his mind? Hesitantly, he asked the lady if she could read others' thoughts. The lady replied, "Ever since I have been practicing Buddha's precepts, I can read others' minds. The thoughts are as clear as a mirror to me." Now, this freaked out the disciple completely, for he had been secretly having lewd, wanton thoughts about the lady. After all, she was very beautiful. He ran to Buddha and told him, "Master, I will not go to that lady's house from tomorrow, as I have sinned." Buddha asked him to explain, and he narrated the entire incident. The disciple continued, "Master, I am so ashamed. I was having libidinous thoughts of that lady, and she must have read those too. What must she think of me?" Buddha replied, "You will have to return to her house tomorrow, as you must collect alms from that house for 7 days. However, when you go tomorrow, be alert of your thoughts. Be aware of your breath. Be extremely vigilant, extremely attentive towards your mind and your breath." The disciple protested, saying that it was very difficult for him to do so. Buddha, however, insisted that although it wasn't easy, but it was necessary for his progress on the spiritual path. So the next day, which was the 4th day, the disciple went to the lady's house. But this time, whilst walking, he was placing every footstep with such awareness, such alertness, such vigilance towards his incoming and outgoing breath, that there was no room for any thoughts in his mind. When he reached the lady's house, there were no thoughts, no desires in his mind. And this time the lady didn't ask him to wait or halt for rest. After all, earlier, she was making those suggestions to this disciple only because he was entertaining those thoughts, those desires. But now his mind was empty. He took the alms and returned to Buddha, for that was the norm, to collect the alms, bring it back to Buddha, and then eat whatever Buddha gave, treating it as prasad, consecrated food. The disciple repeated the process on the 5th, 6th, and 7th day. On the 7th day, when he returned, Buddha asked him, "Dear child, what is the state of your mind now?" The disciple replied, "Beloved Master, I don't have words to express my heartfelt gratitude for your immense compassion. These last 4 days of begging for alms and returning back have been an invaluable lesson and a spiritual practice in itself. My mind has quietened down, and with the rising of inner awareness, I have understood the process of how to bridle, control, and temperate the mind." Buddha, too, would give the discourses. He, too, would hold satsangs, but he would get his disciples involved in some spiritual practice or the other. Because Buddha was not only a philosophical visionary, he was also very practical in his dealings with his disciples. He knew that maladies of the human mind would not be cured by mere listening to words of wisdom. His stance was that the mental afflictions could only be eradicated by actually going through the practices, by practical experimentation, and by the awakening of inner awareness. That is why, remember that here in the ashram, when you're sitting before me, both you and I know the real state of your mind. So, what is the reality? Is your mind as fair, as spotless as the white robes you're wearing? Or is the seemingly fair, clean appearance only a facade? People put up a facade all the times, putting on different masks, presenting a phony image in all their interactions. So much so that even in front of the master, they put on sham behavior of devotion, faith, and virtuosity. Little do the fools realize that nothing is hidden from the master, who sees right through all their pretentious behavior. Humility, along with balanced, restrained behavior, should become part of your life and not a facade. Don't be a hypocrite. How are you in your day-to-day life? You malign others behind their back, denigrate and belittle them, but on their faces you praise them, especially if they are richer than you or more powerful than you. Woefully, hypocrisy has become part of your life. Moving on to Buddha's next precept. Hansadi pachapatyanti akashe yanti indriyaha niyanti dhira lokam chitva maram swanhini. This can be translated as swans follow the route of the sun. Rishi and yogis too use the passage of the sky, cruising in the sky. The brave win the war over ignorance, over ego, and attain salvation, get liberated. I will narrate a story to further elucidate this precept. Once Buddha was resting in his hut and his disciple Ananda was sitting at the door. Ananda saw a group of 30 rishis who descended from the sky and came up to him, asking him the permission to meet Buddha. Ananda went inside and informed Buddha that 30 impressive and distinguished-looking rishis want to hold a discussion with Buddha. Buddha asked Ananda to bring them in. Accordingly, Ananda informed the rishis that they could meet Buddha, but only for a stipulated time, and once the time was over, they should come out of the hut. Ananda waited outside whilst the discussion between Buddha and the rishis continued. The stipulated time got over, but still the rishis hadn't emerged out of the hut. Ananda started feeling restless, as the rishis should have left by then, but they were still bothering Buddha. Some more time had lapsed. Now Ananda could not contain himself any longer, and he went inside the hut. To his intense amazement, he found that none of the 30 rishis were inside the hut. But there was just one way to enter and exit the hut. He asked Buddha in utter bewilderment, "Where are the 30 rishis who had come to meet you?" It was at that point in time that Buddha gave the precept mentioned above. Buddha said, "The rishis were swans, and after meeting me, they evolved into celestial swans and are cruising and strolling in the skies." This can be interpreted in two ways. One meaning can be taken that after their meeting and conversation with Buddha, listening to Buddha, the rishis got enlightened and they exited the hut through the medium of space, ether. The practical interpretation entails, after the discussions they had with Buddha, all their doubts and queries got resolved. Their questioning mind got satisfied, and without the ripples of any questions, doubts, or queries, their minds became stilled. In effect, they became one with Buddha. When they came in, there were 30 of them. This can be a metaphor pointing to the multiple questions and doubts that finally get resolved, resulting into a singular, stilled mind, i.e. the multiple concluding into the singularity. Although seemingly it would appear that there were many sitting in that hut, but with such utter quietude, such serene solemnity, in effect it was like merging of the Buddhahood into one. Enlightened beings do not remain separate at that place of existence, for it is the same higher wisdom, same state of the highest, supreme consciousness, common to all those who have awakened. All plurality merges into singularity, and on this plane of wisdom, Gyan, there is no difference at all between Kabir, Ravidas, Krishna, Buddha. They all have experienced and expounded the same universal truth, for truth is always singular. Fools have diverse opinions, unlike the wise who conquer on one opinion. When human beings walk, their footprints can be readily identified on the earth, but when birds fly in the sky, they leave no footprints. Likewise, the one who gets enlightened, metaphorically, he transforms into a celestial swan and soars in the skies without the need for crawling on the earth anymore. Buddha says the brave ones wage a war on Mara and become victorious by defeating Mara. Mara refers to the devil of ignorance and ego. There is a mythological reference that can be seen in many incidents narrated both in Hindu scriptures and also in the Bible, where it is said that the devil, as in the story of Jesus narrated earlier, or beautiful woman called Apsaras, tried to delude the rishis, performing austere spiritual practices. But Jesus and the rishis managed to defeat the devil of Mara. The devil is a metaphor for egotism and lust. There is a mythological story in this context related to Lord Shiva. It is said that the celestial beings wanted Shiva to have a son, so that he could fight off the demons. However, Lord Shiva was immersed in deep meditation in the Himalayas, so they had to come up with a way whereby Shiva's meditation could be broken, for only then could they get him married and beget a son. They asked Kamdev, the god of love, to target Shiva with his arrow of love, so that Shiv would emerge from the meditative state and desire to be married. The story goes that Kamdev did as asked. In the beginning, Shiva quietly endured the onslaught, but eventually he got up, fiercely angry. His anger was such that his third eye opened with a blast of fire coming out that burnt Kamdev to dust. Seeing this, his distraught wife, Rati, pleaded to Shiva, saying that the whole idea was Indra's, so how could it be her husband Kamdev's fault? She beseeched Shiva to bring her husband back to life. Shiva relented but said, Kamdev will come back to life, but he will exist without a body. No one will be able to see him. Likewise, the story related to Jesus mentions about a devil going to Jesus. This devil is none other than the ego and lust. It is very easy for the ego to strengthen, given the austerities and firm resolve shown by the sadhu. It will rear its ugly head, saying, See, there is no one greater than you. Can anyone perform such austerities, such penance? You are the greatest. And it is said that once Mara was defeated, Mara started sending his army of beautiful women. The beautiful damsels would try to disrupt the meditative states of many a sage and seeker, including Buddha. They used their allure, their charm to to seduce Buddha, but Buddha remained detached and said, The one you are trying to tempt is already dead. So why are you wasting your time? Mara is regarded as masculine, whereas the enticers are women. The man who keeps on arrogantly strutting before others becomes a timid mouse in front of his wife. Once an eccentric king asked his ministers to search his kingdom for such a man who wasn't afraid of his wife. The poor king, being dominated by his queen, This prompted him to find out if there was any lucky chap who didn't have a domineering wife. The ministers kept on searching, but to no avail. No matter how strong the man, as soon as the wife hollered, he would be at her beck and call. Finally, the ministers came across a wrestler. They thought he could be the elusive one. They asked him, "Sir, you look like a man of strength, but are you afraid of your wife?" The man replied firmly, "What nonsense! If I just raise my finger, my wife starts shaking in fear." The ministers were relieved, as they had found their man. They said, "That is jolly good. The king has asked us to gift a horse to a man like yourself. Which one would you prefer, white or a black horse?" The wrestler promptly called upon his wife. "My dear, which one should I choose?" It is said that when Buddha had conquered Mara, Mara sent beautiful damsels to lure him. Now, this doesn't mean that the women were coming from outside, and neither does Mara refer to any tangible devil, any demon. The devil of Mara is none other than the afflictions present in the mind, the innate mental malaise that keeps emerging time and again. No one from outside but your own mind throws up the delusions and lures you into the habitual tendencies of lust, egotism. And it is only when Buddha won the war waged on the inner devil, the mental afflictions, that he became victorious and managed to eradicate all ignorance, and only then did he attain enlightenment. The precept concludes with Niyanti dhira lokam jitva maram swahini. The brave person who defeats Mara and its entire army, he alone attains liberation from the bondage of samsara. How will you attain liberation? For this, you too will have to defeat the devil of Mara, which is lurking in your mind. You need to face all the impurities present in your mind. You have to accept their presence, as that will be the first step. This should then be followed by patient, perseverant, and dedicated spiritual practice, sadhana. Remember that sadhana is not possible without tremendous patience and perseverance. You have been listening to me for the last hour and a half. You have been so engrossed in listening that you didn't even think about changing your posture or moving your legs. But I ask you to sit in meditation. Then it is more than likely that you will change your posture, fidget in your seat, and this is because as soon as you sit for meditation, all your mental afflictions become apparent and you have to face them, which makes you feel restless. Many people ask me when they sit in a group meditation conducted in my presence, they find it easy to be meditative, but they don't experience the same when they meditate on their own. Well, when people meditate in my presence, they are more attentive as they know I am watching them. This makes them put in a sincere effort. Otherwise, in the comfort of their homes, there is a tendency to slacken, keep changing the body posture, and get overpowered by laziness. Secondly, there is an element of faith. Thirdly, meditating in the group does increase the energy levels, and this is certainly beneficial. See, when you're meditating, your faces reveal whether you are sleeping, feeling lethargic, or are indeed meditating. I don't need any gadgets to know this. I can tell just by looking at your faces. Just as a newsreader reads what is written on the television screen, I can read your faces. Your faces are like a screen. A few years ago, when we didn't have these cameras to record the discourses, whenever I could catch someone sleeping or yawning, I would halt the discourse and ask the person to stand up or call out his name. This meant that all would know who I am referring to, and everyone would become alert, as they didn't want to get caught out. Whenever I'm talking on any profound topic, the mind starts to wander. If it doesn't wander out, it goes into lethargy, sleep, lethargy, brahmad, or pits created by your own mind, and you happily fall into them. And what will happen in the state of lethargy? You won't understand a word I am saying. Although you're sitting in front of me, you won't listen to anything that I would say. The mind is indeed shrewd and deceives you using so many guises, and you easily fall in its traps. Moreover, you seem to enjoy falling in the traps. You have left your homes and come so far. For what? To sleep? To be lethargic? Who is defeating you? No one other than yourself is fooling and defeating you. See the errors the mind keeps on making, and you seem to enjoy that. Earlier I discussed how repeating the same mistake again and again becomes a sin. And someone who is sinning, can he ever achieve the state of samadhi? Feeling lethargic or sleepy when sitting in a satsang, too, is a kind of sin. What is the goal of your life? You should always bear in mind what the goal of your life is. What do you want to attain on the spiritual path? Where there is no reason for laziness, inertia, lethargy, at least when you attempt to sit for your spiritual practice, ensure that the mind is not contemplating the world, but focusing on the Lord. If you have to think about the divine, contemplate on that. And if some thoughts pertaining to worldly matters arise, don't fight with them. Just become aware. As soon as you become aware, the mind discards the futile thoughts. Secondly, be detached from whatever thoughts arise in the mind. Bear no aversion and no craving. Don't form any relationship with any thought. Don't fall into this trap. Just remain indifferent, detached. The way to become thoughtless is to become indifferent and detached to the thoughts. The path of bhakti, devotion, says that when my mind is contemplating on my Lord, then where is the place for these minuscule thoughts? In front of the mighty Lord. Plants grown under the shade of a large banyan tree have no chance of flourishing. Likewise, in the mind that is contemplating and focusing on the divine, the worldly thoughts cannot survive for long. They die a natural death. Fill the heart with intense love and devotion to the Lord. Then there will be no room left for any craving or aversion for the external world to enter the mind. Evolve your inner awareness and increase your sense of detachment to such an extent that no worldly ties can ever bind you. In essence, there are two main paths, either the path of austere solemn jnana, knowledge as expounded by Buddha, or the path of bhakti, devotion, faith and love. The choice is yours. It doesn't matter which path you choose. What matters is your dedication, your resolve. There may be several different paths, but what is the use if you don't have the desire to walk? Then how will you arrive at your destination? If you have the keen desire to walk, then the truth is you will make a path for yourself. Just like Buddha did, he made his own path, evolved on the self, made path and attained enlightenment, and then he informed others about this path. You don't need didactic lectures. Rather, you need to have an unshakable resolve, an intense desire to evolve, to get liberated. What is needed is the responsibility to understand. That responsibility is on no one else but your own self. The onus is on you. You have to take the responsibility for your own life. You have fooled, deceived your own self for a very long time, lived a life of hypocrisy, deluding yourself that you are religious, that you are virtuous. Now face the reality as it really is. I know this is very difficult because you feel that having heard so many discourses, you know it all. But enough is enough. Be brave and face up to your inadequacies. Be responsible and accept the presence of your mental afflictions. Take this first step to the path of your own liberation. So that's the end of that chapter. Would you like me to carry on, Monica G, or should we do the meditation? Carry on? Okay, another 5-10 minutes, we'll carry on then. So chapter 20, Death of the Mind is Meditation. O seeker, how will your mind and mine become one? When you behave completely contrary to what I say, I ask you to be awake and you prefer to sleep. I ask you to relinquish your worldly attachments, but you fall deeper into your bondage. By Mystic Kabir. Kabir says, how will our minds become one when what you do is contrary to what I ask? The spiritual path is a path of awakening, so it is a given fact that one has to abandon sloth and lassitude and shed all lethargy. Mind is like the devil that perpetually needs something to do, to be occupied in some activity or the other. Even if it is useless, compulsive thinking, it is like the devil that will eat you if kept idle, if it doesn't get anything to do. A man got an old lamp from a junk shop. He started cleaning it when suddenly a genie emerged from the lamp. The genie said, I am your slave, O my master. I will do anything for you. But there is one condition. I can't sit idle. If you keep me idle, I will have no choice but to eat you. The man was elated. He thought, I have so many desires, I will keep this genie busy in fulfilling all my whims and fancies. He will never have any time to sit idle. So the first task he gave the genie was to construct a palace for him. He thought it would take the genie at least several months to complete the task. The genie, however, created the palace in a matter of moments. He flew the man to the palace. It was an enormous structure. The man was both happy and apprehensive at the same time. The fact that the genie could finish such a complicated task in a blink of an eye sent his alarm bells ringing. However, pushing his concerns behind, the man put forth the next task to the genie, to find a beautiful wife for him. No sooner had he said this, to his utter amazement, he found a gorgeous woman standing right in front of him. And this process continued. The man would set a task and the genie would fulfill it immediately. The man was running out of tasks, so he started making strange demands, which would be impossible to fulfill, like moving the Qutub Minar to the front of his house. But no matter how weird or impossible the task seemed, the genie would coolly accomplish them in moments. Now the man was really frightened. He sensed that soon he would run out of all the ideas, and the genie would then eat him. So in desperation he ran seeking help and found a wise man. A wise man patiently heard the entire story and said, My son, it wasn't right for you to ask genie to fulfill your desires. God has intended for man to earn his living by honest and hard work. Nevertheless, there is one way out. Ask the genie to get a bamboo stick and implant it vertically in the ground. Then ask the genie to climb up the bamboo and then climb down, and let him keep going up and down unceasingly. This will keep him occupied forever. Human mind is similar to this genie who could never sit still, always needs to do something. Hence, every time you make an attempt to still your mind, it starts throwing a tantrum. You attempt to be thoughtless, but the cacophony of thoughts becomes even louder. That is why Kabir is saying, O worldly people, your mind and my mind can never be in union. I am thoughtless, but you are trapped in the web of thoughts. I sit in silence, whereas you create a commotion. I ask you to awaken, but you want to keep on sleeping. Let alone sleeping at other times, you sleep even when you're sitting for meditation, don't you? It is no real surprise to see people who sit for meditation but instead fall asleep. But why does one feel sleepy or lethargic? This is because the genie of your mind gets bored of not doing anything, and hence the dullness, the slumber. This is the reason why in the initial stages, most meditation practices involve doing something, be it mantra chanting, visualization, or dynamic breathing. The mind is happy as it is involved in doing something. But remember, as long as your happiness is dependent on your mind, that happiness can never be authentic, cannot be absolute. This is because you are still concerned with keeping your mind agreeable. Understand this clearly, that meditation is not about keeping the mind occupied or interested or happy. On the contrary, meditation happens only in a no-mind state of being. Death of the mind is meditation. That is why doing nothing and just being aware of one's breath is not as easy as it may superficially seem. On the contrary, doing nothing is the most difficult task. When the mind doesn't have anything to do, there is only one of the two possibilities that can occur. Either you will go to sleep, or it will weave such a complex web of thoughts that will entangle you completely, so much so that you will forget that you were attempting to meditate. The meditation you did this morning, wherein you needed a great deal of awareness and patience, I asked you at least 3 times to be aware of your breath. But still you went into slumber, into lethargy. It reaffirms the words uttered by Kabir around 600 years ago. Still hold so very true to this day. How can yours and my mind become one? I have taught you so many times, yet you have remained confused. I speak from what I have seen, but you repeat words from books. I say remain unattached, but you wish to be attached. I say remain awake, but you wish to sleep. I have wasted aeons in making you understand, but no one listens. You wander like a widow who has lost her money. Stream of the Master's knowledge is flowing, and I have cleansed myself in it. Thus says Kabir to sages, the union of our minds will happen only when you do the same. Kabir is saying, I ask you to awaken and you insist on sleeping. I ask you not to fall in attachment, but you do not heed this advice. You are doing all that I ask you not to do. Then how will our minds be in union? And let me tell you, only those who know how to live without being attached, they alone live happily in this world, and they alone give genuine love to others. The truth is that only the one who is not attached to anything or anyone is in fact really capable of offering genuine, selfless love to others. You are attached to your children, hence you love them. But how much love do you feel for the children of your sister-in-law who lives in the same house? Your mind thinks about and is concerned about only those with whom you are attached. And the fact is, were you not attached only to your children, then you would have felt genuine love for all children. Children are so innocent, so guileless. If you love them, they return that love to you several times more. Whereas what you do is that in the name of loving your children, you end up suffocating them under the weight of your attachment. Why are you sitting like this? Why are you talking like this? Do this, don't do that. You start controlling their lives, constantly giving them instructions. Why are you wearing those clothes? Be friends with them. Don't be friends with her. You order them around, wanting to control every aspect of their lives, and the poor kids start feeling so trapped and suffocated They get fed up of all your patronizing, judgmental attitude. And when they don't behave according to your wishes, you get angry. And that inevitably leads to fights and discord. The child starts feeling rebellious, wanting to escape your controlling attitude. Your attachment to your near and dear ones leads you trying to control their lives as per your wishes. This further leads to a lot of suffocation in relationships, with everyone trying to control the other. And if things don't go as per your whims, there is inevitable anger, fights, discontent. So you end up being caught up in the grip of either craving for those who fulfill your needs or aversion for those who don't. That is why no son has genuine love for his father. In some corner of his heart, he holds a grievance against the father. He is dependent on the father until he becomes capable of earning his own living. He lives according to his father's authoritative attitude, but waits for the day when he can escape the suffocating, condescending behaviour. Now, when the child grows up and begins to earn his own living, then he answers back. When the father shouts, he retorts back, "Father, stop yelling. Now your time is over. Just sit somewhere and chant God's name. Don't interfere in my life." The father's behaviour is a result of his attachment to his son. But he doesn't realise that it is the attachment which is killing the relationship between the father and the son. So, in effect, people actually end up harming their relationships due to the bondage of attachment. They end up alienating their own children, who rebel after the years of living under the pressure of undue expectation. It is common woe that most elderly men have. My son doesn't listen to me anymore. Well, is it really any surprise? The so-called love you profess for the ones you are attached to is, in reality, selfish, narrow-minded, and motivated by a kind of social contract. It's akin to you scratch my back and I scratch yours. You love only those whom you consider to be yours, be it your children, your spouse, your parents. Relationships die under the weight of attachment. Love is not about fulfilling each other's needs. It is not codependency. There should be no need for restrictions, or prohibitions in love. How can love be binding? It is antithetical. The love is setting the other free. Love imparts freedom, freeing the other person from all your expectations. Agreed that parents do need to educate their children about what is right and what is wrong, and be there to guide. But having done that, all they can do is be supportive of the informed choices their children make. And even if they do make mistakes, let them, for that is how they will learn. They will learn that freedom comes at a cost, and the cost is responsibility. They have to take the responsibility for their choices, be it right or wrong. Befriend your children so that they feel free to confide in you. Otherwise, they end up doing what they want anyway. But worse, they will hide it from you. So the father admonishes the son and prohibits him from smoking, from seeing cinema. And what does the son do? He smokes on the sly, sees movies on the stealth, ensuring his father doesn't come to know. You can compel them to do as you want, but once they grow up, your coercion will not work. That is why no sooner the son starts earning or gets married, he wants to live separately, as he wants to live his life with full freedom. But the poor daughter-in-law gets the blame for separating the son from the parents. You think you are showering love on your children, but I say that it is because of your attachment that you have killed your relationship with your children. Little do you realize that more often than not, the kids feel oppressed, having to fall in line with your choices, expectations, and decisions. They just want to grow up. They just wait to grow up so that they can get freedom to live their lives as they want to. Be honest in your interaction with your children. Share your experiences with them. If you have committed some mistakes in your life and learned a lesson from those errors, then don't be ashamed to share them with your children. But parents, especially fathers, find it difficult to admit their mistakes to their children. Every father would like his son to believe that he has led a spotlessly clean life. And if the grandfather were to narrate an untoward anecdote from the father's life, the father will get upset for the reason that why he is embarrassing him in front of his son. Why cover things from your own children? Have you ever treated your son or your daughter as a friend and confided your mistakes? For there is a good chance that after listening to your experiences, your child would want to keep away from repeating the mistakes in his life. Okay, I think we should conclude there, if that's okay. Apologies, we've took a lot of time today, but you'd be pleased to know that that chapter's nearly complete now, believe it or not, just 2 pages. So thank you, Babaji. Thank you for your patience today, everybody. Okay, so we'll just go into a short meditation now. So kindly sit in a meditative position, cross your legs, your feet, clasp your fingers into fingers, remove any glasses, gently close your eyes, sit upright, and we'll take 3 deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth, and gently feel your stomach expand. Breathe in, hold, gently out through your mouth. Breathe in, hold, gently out through your mouth. Breathe in, hold, and gently out through your mouth. Now focus on each incoming breath and outgoing breath. Feel the temperature of the air as it comes through your nose. Feel the temperature. Is it cold? And as you breathe out through the nose, feel the warm air being released. With every single breath, we're receiving fresh air, fresh oxygen that's rejuvenating each and every cell within our body. Each air particle that we're breathing in is cleansing and cleaning our insides and nourishing us. And with every breath out, we're removing all the toxins, all the negativities that we need to release and let out. How amazing is this process of breathing? Our bodies are a beautiful machine that work in perfect sync every single second of the day, 24/7, all year round. And as you take each breath, feel one with your breath. Now let's take our focus on our feet, the top of your feet, soles of your feet, totally at ease, totally relaxed. Your calf muscles, shins, knees, thighs, your whole legs feeling totally relaxed. Your hip area, all your organs, kidneys, stomach, intestine, pancreas, lungs, heart. Everything is working like clockwork as it should. Lower your shoulders. Feel your arms and hands totally at ease. Feel your neck muscle, totally eased and at peace. Your facial muscles, eyes, ears, nose, top of your head, back of your head, totally, totally relaxed. And in this beautiful relaxed state, feel yourself as a bright shining light that we all are, sitting in this beautiful body of ours, which is our temple. How lucky and blessed are we to have this beautiful, beautiful divine body that works in sync, in clockwork, in nourishing us, feeding us, helping us in so many ways. Now take yourself this beautiful light sitting in between your eyes, gently out of this body, and look down and see yourself as a witness to this beautiful body of ours. And let's pay our gratitude for being blessed with such a wonderful working body that we've been gifted. Now take yourself as a beautiful light and start going upwards out of your roof, out of your neighbourhood. Look down, see the minuscule houses beneath you. And as you go higher and higher, you come across the beautiful light fluffy clouds. Now let's imagine that we too are a beautiful, beautiful light fluffy cloud that's beautifully, beautifully shaped in every way, beautiful colour. And within you, you've got some shades of grey. Now these shades of grey are anything that's been holding you back, wearing you down, worrying you, giving you tension, stress, anxiety. Now one by one, picture whatever it is that's been burdening you, holding you back, turning into a raindrop that's being released. So one by one, think of all the stress and pressure, anything that's been wearing you down. Whether it's any baggage or whether you're holding on to anything that's from the past that you've not been able to release for some reason, any grudges, anything that somebody said to you or the way they looked at you or anything that's hurt you in the past, just feel it as a raindrop and gently let it go and release it. Because the more you hold on to, the harder it is to move on, move forward. We need to learn to remain in the present time, not be caught up in the past. So learn to forgive and forget, and clear yourselves with this beautiful rain that is being transformed from the baggage into the rain and being released. And as you're moving about in the sky, bit by bit, your colour is transforming from patches of grey, which was things that were holding you back, now changing into a shining, shining bright white, because you've cleansed yourself and released whatever it was that was hurting you or upsetting you. You've learnt to let it go and accept whatever's happening is for your own good. It's a lesson to help you move forward in life. And gradually, as you're moving along in the beautiful sky, you look at yourself and you think to yourself, oh my God, what a beautiful cloud am I. No patches of grey, no patches of anything, no more rain left. Just a clean, beautiful white cloud that's been totally cleansed and healed by this process of releasing and letting go of anything that's been holding you back, so you can soar the skies and be light and free like a bird. Now, what a wonderful, wonderful feeling this is. Now let's pay our gratitude for being able to experience this visualization and meditation. Deep, deep gratitude to our parents, to our grandparents, ancestors, all our family and friends, for all their wise words, help, guidance, support, for shaping us and making us the way we are today. Deep, deep gratitude to every single teacher in our lives, as today's Teachers' Day, to every single guru that's helped us in some shape or form in the past, present, and also the future. Deep, deep gratitude to all the divine masters, to Mahavtar Babaji, Lord Buddha, Guru Ma, all our Ishtadevs, whoever you have your beliefs in, let's bow down to them and show our gratitude for helping us on our spiritual journey. Deep, deep gratitude to the 5 elements for helping us, nourishing us, and helping us have this beautiful life. Deep, deep gratitude to the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, birds and all species, to all 4 seasons, to all the planets, to the whole cosmos, to every single person in our lives and everything in our life as well. Deep, deep gratitude for all our blessings, help and support that we're receiving on a daily basis. Deep, deep gratitude to you all for joining us on these amazing sessions. Deep, deep gratitude to all our scriptures, all the knowledge that's there waiting for us to help us in transforming ourselves to become our true divine selves, so that we can truly become the real walking, talking temples that we really all are. Now gently feel yourself as a light coming out of this cloud, coming down in from the sky, passing all the beautiful swaying trees, the birds and flowers around you, the sweet smell of grass, beautiful roses. And as you come down, you see your neighborhood, you spot your home, come through the roof, see your beautiful body, and you come gently back into this body again. Now, gently rub your hands a little bit, rub your eyes as we count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, gently open your eyes in your hands and feel the divine light, cosmic energy coming into your eyes and into this beautiful temple of yours. And take this energy all around your beautiful face, head, ears, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, chest, stomach, thighs, knees, legs, and take this energy anywhere where you need it the most. And enjoy the peace and tranquility that we've just experienced. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji, Lord Buddha and Guru Ma. And deep gratitude to you all for joining today as well. Would anybody like to say anything?
Very much, Minaji. Very relaxing. Thank you very much. Joined after a long time.
Oh, Champaben, welcome back. Lovely to hear your beautiful voice. We've missed you, dear. We thought you'd left
It's
UK.
been so... No, I haven't. I heard a bit of my hearing and eye problem. I had a hearing and eye problem as well. And my daughter was shouting in one of the Mom, don't use the Zoom too much. You've been too hooked to it. So I got down as well. And there's lots of things going on. But it was wonderful to join it today. There's been so much going on. So after North, I want to get back to normal. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. It was a bit unclear at the
Right.
beginning.
Yeah,
Hear you
I'm
loud
going
and clear
to
now.
I'm going to join after Norsa. I'm going to start back on the track. I believe Monica is going to start a session again. Is it?
Yes,
Yeah, um, I'm looking forward to that one.
she'll tell us shortly and enlighten us.
How are you, Minaji?
Yes, really well, thank you. Really enjoying these sessions.
Yeah,
I look forward to these sessions. They're very uplifting. And
it is. It is.
every day I'm feeling I'm learning and growing in some shape or form.
Of course,
Uh,
of course. Yeah, yeah, wonderful.
mhm.
Yes, there's too much going on. With my hospital visits and so much at the club.
Mm.
And then I joined as many I was joining as many meditations I could, and I thought I was doing too much. I said, right, give myself a break and start again.
Yeah, yeah. Good to have you back. Missed you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I love your voice. I love listening to yours.
Bless you.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not
Because
putting you all to sleep.
yeah, what happens is when I start it, then I don't get anything done. And when Poonam's comes, Mom, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
It's like my friend came and so we did, she does a class. So I did that one. So I quickly had the meal, then joined yours, and then I'll be joining at 9 o'clock as well. So it's all evening is gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
So you're
Damayanti Ben,
keeping me.
you've joined us as well, haven't you, today? Sorry, Jabba, were you saying something? Sorry.
Yeah, I just Damayanti Ben, she had a fall and I went to see her, but she was at the hospital as well.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it's quite a lot of things that have been happening because a few of our members are not well and they're not going to the club. So it's that visit. It's just, I don't know, the life has taken over with me.
Bless you.
Yeah. Is your family all right?
Yes, really well, thank you.
Good, good. Okay. It was wonderful to join today.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Damayanti Ben, did you want to say anything? Lovely to see your name there.
She must have dozed off.
Apologies, that's me then. I'm so sorry.
No, because she's just in pain. So sometimes she says, you know what, I join the meditation and it puts me to sleep.
Oh, good.
And
Oh,
then I realized I'm not joining, I'm not listening to anything.
so maybe she's doing yoga nindra. That's good. Carry on, Damayanti Ben.
At least it's helpful, isn't it? At least it's having a rest with your meditation.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
right, Monica ji.
Why are you
Hello.
muted, Monica ji? You're
No,
not anymore. We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
hello, Champaji.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good and happy Teachers Day. And I'm very happy that you joined today and the Damayanti ji joined today. Because I know we all have some personal commitment, and obviously, if your health is suffering, yeah, your health is your first priority.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
whenever you feel like you are fine to attend the sessions, you're more than welcome. And we have recording also. So thank
yeah.
you so much for making that effort, and we pray for your health, and that you will, get
Thank
well,
you.
you and Damayanti ji. Yeah, I know. I was like, if someone is not here, means they are somewhere, they are busy somewhere else. So, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just my eyes is playing up, my vision. I couldn't read or whatever I've written, I can't read. I can't write my diaries, and it's so frustrating. And I went to the hospital again. I was able to read a little bit, so I was happy. It wasn't just vision; it was also burning and tears down my eyes. It's recovering now, and then I was told to avoid the screen.
That's fine. It makes sense, you know.
So,
If you're
so
not feeling, then that's
for my
fine.
gratitude to you on thank you on this Teachers' Day. Um, I'm glad I've joined you to say pay my gratitude to you and Minaji. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Monikaji. You're our first Guru today. Happy Teachers' Day, dear. For introducing us
So,
to the Unified Book. That's how we met.
yeah.
And this Sunday onwards, in the morning, 5:30 onwards, I'm again starting Hindi Unified in the morning. This guidance I received from Babaji to start in the morning rather than in the evening.
Right.
So that, you know, we last time when we were doing in the evening, we were sleeping with those thoughts. But this time he was like, do it in the morning and face the challenges entire day. Are you in the same energy entire day? So I was like, okay, Babaji, whatever, you know, your command.
When you going to do it in English?
English at the moment means not because there are few other sessions I'm get receiving guidance which I have to do this, especially this month and next month. Once Maina ji complete this book, then I have something else, you know, for evening, and yeah, we are planning for something else also. uh, and the guidance keep coming from Babaji. He is suggesting so many things like um, let's see, just go with the flow, but don't miss the Sunday mornings, 5:30 a.m. And it's Sunday is 7, date is 7. So don't like, you
Yeah,
know,
it's a special day, Sunday. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, from not Saturday, from Sunday
So
onwards.
Sunday. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in Hindi.
Oh,
Let's see.
unified.
Yeah, unified Hindi.
I prefer English because I don't fully understand the Hindi.
It doesn't matter when we are in the group, you know, at least you grasp the things, you understand the energies. When we connect with the energies, you understand the words.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
It's for
so
an hour.
yeah, 1 hour with
Half past 5 to half past 6.
yeah, half 5 to half
Uh,
past. Yeah.
but then there is 6 o'clock meditation, isn't it, in the morning?
That's up to you. Whenever you want to leave, you
Yeah.
can. There is no foundation because even
Okay.
with the unified course, we do meditation. So the
Hmm.
thing,
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's completely your wish. So yeah, whatever anyone want, you know, you can do like
This is this is what this is what was happening when I was even doing meditation. I used to drift off because my eyes felt so tired. I just wanted to sleep, close my eyes and rest. That's how I was feeling for 2, 3 weeks. Yeah, so yeah,
your body is asking for rest, go for rest. Don't misdo the things where you're like, I know, I understand you like meditation. You can play a music on your phone and you can go into meditation.
yeah.
Your health is your priority. Don't go for the live sessions that where you have to check in for the phone again and again. It if it is affecting your eyesight.
Hmm.
Tell Poonam to, you know, download some music in your phone so that you can just
Yeah,
play
in spot. What is call it?
Spotify.
Spotify. Yeah. Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah. I will do that.
So will
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
sessions be every day, Monikaji, or is it just Sunday? Will it be every day?
At the moment, every day, but I don't know. Means depend on the circumstances if how it goes. But yeah, at the moment, every day.
So
That
is it same as before? One chapter for the full week.
yes,
Oh,
the
right. Okay.
practice for 1 week. You can't get everything in one day now.
Right. Hmm.
It is a 6 months commitment, means 6 months commitment.
Right. Hmm.
So yeah,
It flew by
Okay.
last time. It
Thank
flew
you
by,
very
didn't it?
much, and love you and leave you. Thank you very much. My
thank
love to you all. Okay. Bye.
Thank you
bye.
so much.
Thank you so much. And Meenaji, today's chapter was so nice, especially how Guruma explained all the different situations of the people. Um, it really touched your soul that uh, don't wear the mask. Don't pretend means the do even today I was watching one video where this person was saying, your intention shows everything. Your intentions bring the result. One is you're copying something and you're not a creator, right? One is a person, a creator, like Guruma specifically when where she mentioned that um I forget the word, where she mentioned this clearly, that the one person is like repeating the same thing, one is bringing something very different. you know like some people, they read books and they share the things. Something is where experience and book reading, that what she said, right? Yes, experience, everyone have the different experience. Maybe in the same situation someone get panicked there, but the another one who have the faith in spirituality might overcome through that thing, like Prahlad. He know that this is a fire, but even though he allowed her, means his aunt to take him in, with him to the fire. The trust was there. And the same with Mirabai, when they gave poison to Mirabai, she drank it. She even knew that this is poison, it might kill me, but it shows that, like, these are not the things where someone is pretending. That person already achieved that level in their life. Yeah. And how nicely she explained about the family members and everyone. Like, even in the family, we don't have the same mindset. We all have the different mindset. The attachment between the parents and the kids, and parents, their frustration always goes to their kids. It's a live example today. My friend daughter, I met her, and her daughter was playing, and the child was so much means into her own zone. Well, she was doing something which the mother doesn't like, and the mother will give the child few warnings, but the child is child. The baby don't know what you're talking about, right? So the child was keep doing the same thing again and again, and later on she gets so frustrated that she just took the stuff from the child. And I was observing all these things. I didn't interfere while she was performing all these things, but later on, when the baby was not around, I told her, look, this is not the right way. It shows you are frustrated, and your frustration because you don't like it, but your child is enjoying it. You didn't think that way. Yes, your child is playing, not crying, not creating any scene. The child is enjoying. Why it is bringing more chaos to you? Why you are thinking that way, that the child have to listen to you? Means you give the child few warnings, why the child is not listening to me? And I said, you give the child command, even though the child was so into that activity, that child denied to listen to the mother. And because that for the child it is bringing more fun, but for mother, because for her it like even for me, I was not thinking that the baby was doing something wrong. It was enjoying, because the baby don't know anything. Like the dog yesterday, that was the example, perfect example, right? And later on the child start crying when she took away the stuff, and then she was like, oh, means like mama's love, right? So I said, first you created the scene, now you're resolving the problem. but this is not the way. uh, because being a healer, I saw so many people come to me, where I find out that these are the barriers within them, which, when they are around other people, it triggers them. If you're not happy with your own self, you won't get happy with other people around you. You will point out why this person is so happy. Yeah, like the child is very happy with the thing, but means I don't know what she find out, like why she is enjoying or what came into her mind. And I was just observing both of them, what they are doing. And when you mentioned the same thing in while reading that parents patterns goes to kids, that the same thing I said, means clearly to her, I said, you are giving your trauma to your own child. Maybe you don't have a good childhood. Maybe everyone around you force you to do certain things. That's why you get frustrated easily. And she is enjoying, even she is your own child. You can't see that, the child is um, not obeying you, means not giving you respect. That what you're thinking, that's why you get angry, all the gurus teach us that see beyond this physical form. Don't just think about your own self. If you want freedom, everyone else around you need the same freedom. Everyone else deserve the same things. Because we all have different mindset. We all came from different background. Our thinking pattern is different. Everyone around us is different. Even in the class, the teacher is one teaching the entire class. Few kids, they get what the teacher is saying, but others are still in delusion and illusion. They can't get it. So there are so many things, but um yes, we have to choose free will for ourselves and others. The best thing we can do in any situation. And Buddha's disciple, yeah, he was so much attached with those things. When you are not aware of the things, most of the time you hear this thing that the people who do meditation, their intuition is on the time, on the spot. No one can manipulate them, no one can trigger them, because they can see through you. That's how she know that what this disciple wants, yeah, devotee want. And she was offering the same thing. And after, means a few days of enjoyment, now this guy was like, how come she knows? And then he realized that means how do you know that, did you read my mind? And then she said, yeah, I'm a Buddha. Means then it is shocking that his guru is sending him there to learn something, because he still has few desires. And the moment he have that awareness that I have to go to her home just for this thing, not to think about other things, like he was thinking my mom was cooking that type of food, if she will offer me sleeping, so many things, right? It shows like, we once someone give me something, I become more greedy. I demand more, more, more all the time. But if I am aware of it, that be I'm aware of the thing, at least I have this, I show gratitude for it. And I won't allow anything which make me feel like I can't live without these things. Because materialistic thing is materialist, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent, right? The day and night is also not a permanent. If there is a means in the night, we know the day will come, and the night is for a shorter period, right? So many things, means through this beautiful book we are grasping. And Guru Ma, how uh, she see through all the disciples, that the way she said that during the meditation, even when you or me or anyone we guide the meditation, we know the person who is in the session what is in their mind. We can catch them very quickly, very easily. Why? Because and the same time, I like the other thing about that my Guru Ma said, that why the energy is different, because then that time you're very alert, that your guru can see through you, like she was standing the people who were sleeping or doing, I mean, yawning or something, um, so that they become, and the moment that person become alert, everyone else become alert. So many time, you guys know, you attend all my sessions, so many time even I say, na, if you don't feel like, leave the session, because um when you pick up the energy, even you know who is that person. But you like Guru Ma, she called the name, but I won't call the names. But these are it happened not only with me, most of the people who do meditation, it happened with, because your intuition gets very strong and you can see through the things. And very beautiful thing that awareness is very important. Awareness about what you are eating, what you are, how you're behaving. You're not wearing your mask. For you, everyone is the same. If I want someone to accept me, first I have to accept my own self. Most of the time, we won't accept ourselves, and if someone else highlights something in us, we won't take it. No, I'm not that type of person. No, 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 no. I won't gossip. No, 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 no. I won't lie. These are the masks we are wearing. But when you're authentic, you understand the situation. Yes, yeah, a whole day I'm not in the same energy. I'm in a different energy. But at least face yourself with the confidence that yes, I have these things within me, and I'm still working on it. So that's very beautiful book, means I love everything about this book. Deep, deep gratitude to you for reading this book, it's an eye opener actually. What's
Amazing.
your experience with today's chapter?
I think my two key learnings today is what you've covered, Monikaji, was the bit about attachment, where Guru Ma said that the disciples of Buddha can't even choose what food they want. They can't cook for themselves. They haven't got this free will to eat what they want. They have to accept whatever's given to them, which they then take back to Lord Buddha, who consecrates it, and they get back whatever's left as prasad. So to me, that is almost like the extreme in terms of attachment. But that is the ultimate where we should be, where no matter what we are given and what we have, is having that mindset of acceptance. Do you know that you're not going to have all your desires fulfilled, but be happy in what you do have? Because the more happy you are, more gratitude you are for what you have, the more you'll receive, I think, the more you'll be blessed with. So that to me was a key lesson. And the second thing was where that particular disciple learnt his lesson, I think by the fourth day, with every single thought, he was conscious in terms of his breath. He was focused on his breath so much that no other thoughts came to him. And that is what Anapanasati meditation is. So if we can get into that ultimate stage of just focusing on your in and outgoing breath, then you can win over your thoughts and you can get to a thoughtless state, because that's what Buddha achieved and became the enlightenment. So that to me in a nutshell is how to master your mind to get it into that thoughtless state.
So to go to our thoughtless state, first we have to filter our thoughts. If you're not filtering your thoughts, means filtering our thought, like some people, they overthink a lot. Right. So recently someone asked me, how can I overcome this thing? She said, I do, means I'm very good in meditation and all those things. Yes, sometime I go in a deep meditative state, but once, means like, even if we are means if you see practically, right now we are talking, how much we are aware of our breath at the moment. We are talking, we are not, right? So then I mentioned her one thing. I said, you know what? Whatever the task you are doing, uh, See that task like a theory you're doing. Like if you're, for example, cooking a food, I took a pan, I put a oil, I turn the gas on, I put the oil. Means full awareness of the present mindset, like a presence of mind that I'm doing this activity right now, right? Once your mindset is like this, you don't have the time to think about other things. Sometimes I travel, I mention myself that I take this train, I'm in this compartment, there are around this type, these many people, just so that my mind won't go. Means you are responsible for all your activities. It seems very funny. Even sometimes I do very silly things, but I enjoy it. When I am free, I just give a look to my room, and I was like, oh, I have this one, this thing, I have this, means which normally we won't observe. If you're observing your breath on the same time, if you observe the things around you and you show gratitude, oh wow, thank you, thank you, means filter your thought slowly. What happen is presence of mind, you achieve that level. Now when you focus on your breath, your focus will be very good on your breath. Then you're not focusing on any thing which is bothering you, because now you start living in the present moment. You're not thinking about your past, future. I'm not bothered about what is going to happen tomorrow. We don't know about our next breath. Forget about the rest of the things, and look at your own journey from where you started and where you are at the moment. We start our journey with our parents. Now we are with our parents. We are with our kids, right? We don't know about the next journey we have to, go. So life is very uncertain, unpredictable. And I think if it is a mystery, it is good. If you know
Mm.
everything, you were like, oh, let me chill, I know what I'm going to get. Seriously. But where you have no idea about the things, you're in a present moment. So this is my movement. So I have to be very grateful for this movement. Thank you, Damayanti ji, for your message. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I live in this present moment. This is my moment where I got this opportunity to utilize my body, mind, and soul for my salvation by focusing on the things I'm very grateful in my life, by focusing on the present moment, what I'm doing in this moment. I'm sharing my views, what I just learned from this book chapter, because when you repeat, it is always then recorded here.
Mm.
It won't go when we discuss the things.
Mm.
It
Mm.
means how you were aware when you were listening to that thing, how active listener you are. Sometimes I interpret in between because I forget things very quickly. But
Mm.
when I'm very too much into something, I knew each and everything. What means I grasp the things very quickly, which I really like.
Mm.
That is what present moment is, and
Mindfulness, isn't it? That's what they call it, mindfulness.
mindfulness. Yes. And thank you to all our gurus. This is a great day to show gratitude to all our gurus, to Mahavatar Baba ji, Lari Mahashay ji, Yukteswar Giri ji, Yogananda Paramahansa ji, Anand Ma, Guru Ma, all gurus. Means I bow to all and I show deep gratitude to all of them, and all our physical and non-physical gurus, who astral master, who are always guiding us, supporting us in our path, and showing us, leading our path with the full faith, and also guiding us that which way I have to go. So for this happy Teachers Day to all the gurus, and deep gratitude to entire universe, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mineral Kingdom, because we are learning from everything. Gratitude to entire humanity. We are learning from every single thing we have around us, within us. And thank you to you and Champa ji and all the people who join these sessions, who attend these sessions. Deep, deep gratitude to all of you also. You all are also my master. I'm learning so many things from you. Deep, deep gratitude to this wonderful Zoom platform. It is also our Guru bringing all of us in on a same platform, and on the same time we have the opportunity either to go for worldly thing or either to discuss spirituality, to decode our my own soul, to learn something new. So deep, deep gratitude for every single thing we are learning through these spiritual books, through these all spiritual teachers. And thank you very much, Meena ji. Deep, deep gratitude.
Deep, deep gratitude. Thank you so, so much. Heartfelt gratitude, Monica ji. So, so grateful. It's a wonderful opportunity. So good evening, and we'll meet again Monday. That's okay. So see you Monday. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Take care. God bless.
You too.
Atma
Thank
Vandan.
you. Atma Vandan.